Good day to everyone. A new series of the AGRU Trend podcast is here. This is your host, Francisco Pizarro, and I am again together with Edgardo Cornejo, our COO in Agro-America, Ernie Haynes, our business unit manager of the CPL line, and Rudolf Humer, our application engineer of the concrete protective liner. As you already know, in this second series, we're exploring all the knowledge behind the sure grip, the concrete protective liner, and the same way we did it in the first series, where we explore about the XXL division, thinking big. And as you know, this AGRU Trend is a video podcast that explores the role of engineering plastics in creating infrastructure for a sustainable future. The pride in delivering exceptional service to our customers and business partners for decades. And as plastic challenges and for a sustainable future. So we are thrilled that this initiative, AGRU Trends, brings even more knowledge to our audience. In this second series, as I briefly explained, we are talking about the role of engineering plastic in our concrete-driven world. The class of products, often called CPL, concrete protective liners, are often used in unseen places, providing tremendous value to enhance concrete properties. With the concrete protective liner, or CPL, engineers can combine the strength of concrete corrosion and chemical resistance of engineering plastics to create ultra-durable sewer and water structure. For example, we're gonna with the next episode we are gonna explore another applications, but those are the really most common. Please, it's an honor again to be joined by Edgardo, Ernie, and Rudy. Edgardo, good to see you again.
Good to see you, Francisco, Ernie, and Rudy. As we were discussing in the previous series, we want to kind of talk about concrete protection and how AGRU can help with a specific line we have. And basically, the first subject was a very good name. It's concrete kryptonite, which is the corrosion. So I believe we have with us a very two good experts in this material, and they basically travel visiting customers, travel around the world, going into applications, talking to engineers and owners. So we have a really good experience with Ernie and Rudy. So I would like to say that any comments or any subject that you would like to also us to discuss, feel free to leave them in the comments, and we will address them. Because the objective of this AGRU Trend series is to show the benefits of how we can combine technologies. In this case, concrete plus the liners, and then have a better system to protect your application for the longer time. Thank you again, Francisco, and everybody.
Right. So in these second episodes, we'll be all about the long-term protection, concrete protection, and who better expert than Ernie, and especially, of course, Rudy from Austria. Rudy, why choose concrete protective liners and over other products, for example?
Thank you much for the question, Francisco. Why we choose concrete protective liner, or in general a protection of concrete structures? This is a very small recap from the last episode. Ernie explained very well. In the slide, you can see what we see on the market. One of the main application fields for the concrete protective liner or general lining protective liner systems is in a sewer system. Very short explained, in a sewer system, in case settlements are occurring in combination with the water, with the sewage water, it creates H2S gases. And in the combination with the moisture on the top of the concrete surface, it creates sulfuric acid, and this deteriorate, corrode the concrete structure, and in worst case, the corrosion can also attack the steel reinforcement bars of the pipes or the structures. And but not only sewage or gas can be bad or harmful for the concrete structure. It can be also aggressive chemicals, like in chemical storage facilities or plants, but also like potable water. Even potable water can be very harmful for concrete without any protection. Yeah, why we choose concrete protective liner? Here, for example, a few applications. So concrete protective liner can be used in various applications where concrete is faced to aggressive or harmful environment. This could be here, for example, the first picture in blue color with a special called AGRU Hydro concrete protective liner, specially developed for potable water applications, for the storage of drinking water. Then as the next picture, you can see box culverts, which are lined with the yellow AGRU concrete protective liner for the transportation of sewage, for example, which is more or less very common nowadays. Then big storage tanks on the picture on the left below, or even for the fish farming, which is also quite a big market nowadays for our concrete protective liner worldwide. Yeah, what is special at AGRU? So we have a quite big supply range, what we can offer from our subsidiary in US, from Austria, but also last year we opened a facility in our subsidiary in China. So we can actually offer to our customers various concrete protective liners, different materials, like standard materials in HDP, also in different colors, PP material, which is needed for higher temperatures, for example, up to 90 degrees Celsius. Then we have also PVDF and ICDFE concrete protective liner in our supply range. Actually, we're producing our concrete protective liner from a wall thickness range from 2 up to 12 millimeter. Also, various lining systems are available, as I mentioned before, for potable water. We have special products which are often used in South America with an anti-slip surface for the lining of foundations, and a very strength of AGRU, we can produce the concrete protective liner according to the customer's wish. So it means we can adapt the sheet size or the roll size according to the requirements of the application. When we compare, because this was actually the initial question from Edgardo and Francisco, why we use concrete protective liner, or what is the big benefit of the concrete protective liner compared to other lining systems? This is actually a very good question. And in the past, together with AGRU America and together with long-term partners of our companies, we make like a comparison between different lining systems. I have to state, we will never say other lining system is bad, but every lining system, according to the application, have a lifetime expectancy. And according to our experiences, our customers, the concrete protective liner shows compared to like a basic lining, this is a coating, fiberglass reinforced lining, heavy fiberglass reinforced lining, or ceramic coatings, or acid brick lining, the longest life expectancy. Here in this chart, for example, this is an overview about the initial installation costs. So here we are talking about, for the concrete protective liner, $25 per square foot. So compared to other lining system, it looks quite high. But when we go further regarding the life expectancy, according to field experience, the past 25 years from customers shows that our concrete protective liner, which are installed in the field, are still working without any maintenance and without new installation of the system. So here, actually, when you see a standard painting, for sure depends on the application, but have to renew every 3.5 years. So the fiberglass reinforced lining at our customer site have to be redone every 5th year. So when we go to the next slide, where you can see the total overview. So when you compare the installation costs over 25 years of the different lining systems, it shows that in the end, because of the high lifetime expectancy of the AGRU concrete protective liner is 25 years, it shows that in the end, the investment costs are much cheaper than compared to other systems. And this is the big benefit from our high quality thermoplastic concrete protective liner.
There's a lot,
That's
Rudy. There's a lot of applications that they feel that it's very easy to put the coatings, because technically speaking, is you're gonna spray paint the concrete, and that makes them feel that you quickly protected that concrete. In reality, that coating, when it's a solution, is not a long-term solution. It's not a medium-term solution. So I believe that it is very beneficial for the audience to learn that in the long term you have to compare three things: the cost of the material. We're not even talking about the cost, and I can tell you that the concrete protective liner is as competitive as other technology. And on top of that, you're gonna have the benefit when you compare that in 25 years. So you have installation, you have material cost, and you have the life expectancy. When you combine those three, it is important to know the difference. And that's what I'm talking about, the polymers, because that's the more, let's say, user-friendly technology. But then you have to stop your application every X amount of time. I'm going to call it every year. You have to stop your application and repaint it. Every time you do that, imagine in a wastewater facility having to do that. Instead, you can put a concrete protective liner and have it there for 25 years. And when the owner of any application see that, it's a big difference. I remember, Ernie, some month ago, I think there was a video in the US where a customer was opening a manhole that was lined with AGRU product 20 something years ago. And it was there, and the integrity was good. And again, that's what the customer is expecting: making an investment and get that return over time.
Absolutely, absolutely. We've got many instances of structures that have been underground in operation with concrete protective liners for close to 30 years. We go in to inspect them occasionally, pressure wash them, and they looked almost brand new. As you mentioned with the coating, it does require reapplication, and the coating itself is only as good as the surface it is being applied to. So if there's excess moisture or the surface is not properly prepared, then that coating is even going to last less than it's expected.
Yeah, I think both were at the end trying to, or how we can describe all this is about reliability. I think it's a crucial concept behind this, and probably with Gardo we can start linking this a little bit about the other products that are in the market, copycat products in some way of saying, mentioning that of course AGRU is the original producer, maybe going a little bit further on that.
And I would like to say what set us apart. Why AGRU product is it's better than other concrete protection products that are there. Maybe Rudy or Ernie can give us some type of idea. And like Francisco says, there might be other products over there. People is understanding how good they are, and they are copying and pasting the AGRU product. But the service, the technical, and the combination of the knowledge will provide that added value to any owner. What do you think about that, Ernie and Rudy?
Yeah, we've been making concrete protective liners for close to 40 years, and you can look at some of, as you mentioned, the knockoff products, and under very quick inspection, the anchor design looks very similar to AGRU's anchor design, but to a trained eye, we know there are slight differences, and those slight differences can manifest in very significant differences in performance from a back pressure standpoint, from and there's other things too, from a resin manufacturer's a resin aspect of it. The higher quality of the resin that you use to produce the concrete protective liner, the higher longevity and the higher performance you're going to have in that concrete protective liner. So, quality is instilled in AGRU's concrete protective liners, and that can't be guaranteed in some of these other products. They took the the easier path, and we think they'll take the easier path and the more cost-effective path for them when it comes to production, rather than the proper path for longevity and a reliable service.
So we, as AGRU, we are working also only with high-quality materials from selected raw material suppliers. So we are not using regrinded material or so on. And yeah, we take care of our quality.
When you say that's crucial, really, because when you say about performance, this is totally linked with the manufacturing process about behind it. And maybe you can talk a little bit about the manufacturing process behind the manufacturing of our CPL, our short grip product, ultra grip, versus the others, and how is this related specifically with the anchors itself and the sheet, that it's at the end it's a homogeneous product.
Yeah, I mean, the process principle very similar, because it's an extruded sheet with a special calendar roll. But we have the possibility to make also for customized products, like called stud-free area for overlapping areas. So this is a thing what I guess only AGRU can offer currently on the market. What we see on the production process, the angles from the anchor wings from the AGRU concrete protective liner are supposed to have a very good pull-out resistance. When we see these designs from the competitor, as I mentioned, they look quite similar, but still different. And they have not this kind of back cut to have an optimum mechanical anchorage to the concrete structure. And also, we are using very high quality polyethylene material which are quite stiff and have a better, higher A modulus. So this also is a point that we have a better pull-out resistance.
Also, I think that based on projects in the different areas, if we want to say AGRU's quality and summarize you both what you were saying, number one is the materials we use, virgin materials, first class, and before that, if AGRU invented the product and has been dealing over 40 years, there's a lot of experience gained. And the customers can feel that if they make a phone call or any communication to AGRU will have an answer for the solution, or will send someone to the site and address any type of recommendation on the spot. That is very, very good compared to others. I was having a recent conversation yesterday, and one customer was saying, I just received a product and they told me these are the instructions. And I was requesting some help. And they said, well, they are the instructions, so that you just follow the instructions. It's not like that. In this industry with the customers' applications, you're going to have thermofolding procedures. You're going to have any type of welding procedure. You're going to have to leave some type of special areas where you need to knock the studs out, things like that. AGRU is there for you. So I think instead of just the quality, when you see the whole product as a system, there's a added value with the AGRU solution, I'd like to say.
And related to the added value, it's definitely we have a team in both AGRU America and AGRU Austria's offices, where we can, of course, specify correctly, because, and this is in some way related to the following question, just to wrapping up today's episode, regarding the perspectives for the US, Europe, and probably in South America, and on how the support of a technical team like AGRU's can at the end make a difference in each market. Ernie, you can give us a little bit about this and their perspective for the US.
Sure. As you guys mentioned earlier, having produced concrete protective liners for almost 40 years, the number of different applications that we've seen over that time frame, either in Austria or in the United States or worldwide, it's a vast array or a vast variety of projects. So there isn't much that we haven't seen, and we can lend that experience toward your specific project and help you and use our experiences, and experience sometimes are bad experiences, sometimes good experiences, to steer you in the correct direction to make sure that your project is a good experience. You know, I've had several calls just this week with unique projects, unique applications where we help steer the engineer or steer the owner in the direction of what we think will best serve them for a long service life on their project.
Absolutely. And in Europe, Rudy, regarding this support and the perspectives for Europe with our CPL product.
It's very similar like in the US market, but what is in Europe, what we see is very important. When we choose first class, high quality raw materials, we also work very close together with the raw material supplier. And currently it's very important for projects to show the performance for different temperatures, the performance in combination with different chemicals. And here we're working close together with the raw material supplier, but also with external test companies to get the confirmation or a statement for our customers, to support them for the engineering companies, for example, to show them, okay, this product lasts minimum 20, 25 years, and this is a good quality material. And it's my personal opinion that this support cannot be done by another supplier, because I believe maybe not so high quality product supplier cannot give this chemical or this technical support for the companies. This is my personal opinion.
No, what you mentioned is crucial. We have seen that with Edgardo in many mining operations, and this is in some way also giving the perspective for South America, where the product nevertheless has different applications. It's in mining operations where it's gaining a lot of traction. The product has been and is actually being installed in this moment in 3 copper operations. As you know, in South America, copper production is crucial, especially Peru and Chile, where many process plants that has sulfuric acid with a concentration beyond 98%, of course, requires in those process plants some maintenance, especially in the floor area, and this is probably one of the things that AGRU has, and why it's so important, because it has the anti-skid, the system that at the end it's made for maintenance in the floor, and considering that we are talking about sulfuric acid beyond 98%, of course, HDPE is not good enough. PP is not good enough. We need to go to ECTFE, which is a fluoropolymer, it's a thermoplastic, partially fluorinated, and it has been very important in order to provide such a solution for this kind of plants. And we see, in terms of perspective, much more companies. We are talking about, with the copper prices at this level, companies don't want to mess around and want to invest the best in order to secure the operation, because any pause of its operations, it's hundreds of millions of dollars they lose every day. So they need to be careful and use the best raw materials and products. Edgardo, would you like to add something? Because
Yes.
before finalizing our episode.
Definitely. I believe in Latin America, there's many opportunities for this product. Wastewater plants, tanks, specific mineral operations, and there's one example in Mexico, for example, that there was a mining that had to stop their operation because the motors were detaching from the concrete corrosion coming from chemicals, and they had to stop the whole thing just because there was no pumps available. And the only way to resolve that, after a engineering firm like Fluor was convinced, was to just give a better strength to that concrete. Like that example, there's so many others, and I believe this is a very flexible product. So I think it's just the beginning of the knowledge for this product line, which is the concrete protective liner from AGRU. So I just want to say thank you to all of you for your time, and I believe that we have many resources and many ways to help you in case it's required.
Absolutely. I think it has been a great episode. We have provided many insights. We look forward for the third episode of the second series. So we'll keep you posted in our social networks, and also keep an eye on our different LinkedIn pages of AGRU Austria, AGRU America, AGRU Chile, AGRU Brazil, where we are always also posting a lot of case studies, successful stories behind these solutions that are crucial. So that's the best way you can see, you can actually understand how these products can make a difference in your day-to-day projects and challenges. So thanks again to Rudy, Ernie, Edgardo. Always a pleasure. Looking forward to see you on episode 3, and have a great week.
Thank you.
Thanks, Francisco.
All the best.